My friends, hello and welcome to GoldenEye SpeedLore. It's that time of the month again, and tonight of all nights, you are in for a real treat. One of my very favorite levels in the entire game, Surface 1 Secret and Double O Agent. We're looking at the last 20 years of speedrunning on the stage, and how things have evolved or changed to this date today. It's a level I often advise new players to start with because, as you'll see, there's a lot of strafing, tight handling, and pressure, great techniques to master early in one's speedrunning career. This is one of the longest levels in all of GoldenEye, so by the end of it, on a record pace run, you're really just trying to keep it together and avoid what feels like the controller melting through your hands, battling nerves to clutch the ending of the level. But first, we need to take a look at the objectives. So let's do that. You see, we have 4 objectives on Surface 1 Secret and Double O Agent. Power down communications dish, obtain safe key, and steal building plans. Enter base via ventilation tower. What does it all mean? What are these 4 objectives? Well, lucky for us, we have this perfect template of a run by our pal Cory Hanson, who's become a bit of a great demonstrator of GoldenEye levels early on. So, if we watch Cory Hanson's run, and I had it playing just there, he's going to run, past a number of guards. He's going to run into this hut. He's going to neutralize this guard who has some sort of key. You could see that key fly out. Obviously, Cory's a bit unrefined. There we go, the large key, and he's going to carry on. But he certainly knows how to play. He knows how to play the game. He knows how to show how the level's supposed to be played. And now that Cory has a giant key, a large key, according to the in-game lore, he can open this cabin, which would usually be locked. He can then pick up a safe key. That's objective B completed. Perfect. Now Cory's going to go down this path here and complete objective C, which is, obtain the stuff from inside the safe itself. And you can see the level's intense. You're getting hit from all directions. Guard presence is everywhere. Here's a safe. And again, this hut is also locked. Picked up the bunker plans. Objective C completed. Pretty good stuff. And so the large key you obtained from that first guard was needed to open that hut. We call them huts or cabins. Cory's going to go in this room. We call this the satellite building. He's going to go to this door. He presses B at this terminal. There's the communications dish. It's powered down. Great takeout of that guard there. And now Cory, all that remains is objective D. Cory's looking to nail this grenade launcher shot. He hits it on his second try. Goes up the ladder, and come on. And there we go. He's opened the locks. Wow. It's amazing. And there's Cory Hanson's Surface 1 Secret Agent 228, and that shows you how to play the level. I mean, that's really all there is to it. Of course, people were beating this time by about 30 seconds 20 years ago. So let's watch a Sterling Neblett run. This is his Surface 1 Double O Agent speed run. This was done in 1999, October 23rd. The time he got on Double O Agent, he also got on Secret Agent, and you'll see that. It will come up, though. The levels are very similar. It's the same objectives, same level. There are some differences that might make it a little bit more challenging to get the record on Double O Agent than Secret Agent, especially later on. So see, Sterling knows exactly where to go. He goes in for the large key and the grenade launcher. And Sterling carries right on. And you'll notice as well, there's a good boost from behind. But one thing you'll notice is Sterling clearly isn't looking down at the ground. That's not a strategy that's been invented yet. And it did have quite an impact on Surface 1 when it was eventually invented. And I mean, yeah, you can clearly see Sterling's handling is pretty good. Approaching the safe hut, opens it. Pretty nice pickup of the bunker plans, Objective C. It's true, I mean, you think a lot of people weren't even born in 1999, if you think about it. And a lot of things they hadn't been through. You wonder how old Sterling is now. You know, he must be almost 40. It's hard to fathom such a thing. Presses B at the console there, Objective A. A lot of people, when they're playing Surface 1 and 2, they forget which you have to do on Surface 1 and which on Surface 2. On Surface 1, you press B to deactivate the console. On Surface 2, you have to blow it up. So people get the two confused, and if you do the vice versa, you fail the mission. So, Sterling Neblett, you can kind of make it out. It's a 157. Surface 1, Double O Agent 157. He got both this on Double O and Secret Agent in October 99. Pretty good run. Now, I was going to show this. Ben Gorman went by Paragon X9, was mostly a Perfect Dark player. But I mean, it's just 2 minutes of the same thing, and you're not going to have. We're not really going to see any new developments. One thing might be worth pointing out there here by Ben Gorman. So, you see there, okay, right there actually, right there. There's two guards where there are those oil tanks in front of this first cabin. So Ben goes behind this hut, and what that does is those two guards by the barrels, they often won't see you, and so you won't get boosted to this hut. So you'll miss out on some chances of getting boosts, which obviously loses a little bit of time. However, on many Surface 1 runs, you'll get back boosted anytime between the large key and this point here. And so by going behind the hut, you'll avoid getting back boosted. You'll have a more consistent run. You'll have less guards shooting at you for the first 40 seconds of the level. And so you'll have a less laggy level. And here's Ben Gorman trying to shoot grenades and get like a little side forward boost off of them. And he got a back boost off that one. But pretty interesting execution of like an interesting idea, at least, of a strategy, you know? To just kind of shoot these extra grenades. On Secret Agent, you pick up the grenade launcher, you have 9 grenades. And on Double Agent, you have 6. And so you want to make use of these grenades to hopefully get some boost, save some time, but they're kind of hard to do. On Secret and Double Agent, you can't do the kind of classic style of self-boosting that you can do on Streets Agent, where you're just looking straight at the ground and shooting them at your feet. And that was pretty clean. So Ben Gorman hit the ladder there, warped up into the hole, had a clean entry, and he got a 155. And Gorman was not the first to get 155, he was the 5th person to get it in April 2001. But still, you know, the interesting run in ancient run in GoldenEye history. And it actually did end up being worth showing, I would say. A lot of kind of interesting ideas and strategies that are shown in that run. Now, someone came along not too long after. And this man once told me that he was really good at GoldenEye. Really good. And he felt he was much better than his contemporaries at the time, Wouter and Ben Gorman and Randy Bikima and Garrett Salati and Sterling Neblett. All these guys got 154 on Surface 1. But this man would come along and he would get a 153 in July 2001. So I'm not sure why there was a slamming door sound at the beginning of this 153, but let's see what this man did. And this man, of course, is Karl Jobst. Back in the day, getting these untied world record And we'll see what he does, if he does anything differently. So he's going behind the hut as well. The guards didn't see him. So that will help him avoid back boosts in the next section. I'm assuming it's him, like, moving his chair when he was doing the capture of the video. Or, like, whoever captured this run. Maybe it was an Australian friend. Okay, so there's Karl pulling off an interesting self-boost there. Pretty nice. Like, pretty well done. Not taking much damage. Decent pickup there of the safe key. And, like, these are really nice boosts. He's at, like, what, three boosts now? 4 boosts? 5 boosts? 6 boosts? And boosts, you know, again, they each save about 0.3 seconds. If you get the a good direction on the boost. Pushes you forward, increases your speed temporarily, very briefly. And so 6 boosts can save almost 2 seconds on a full run. Yeah, that makes sense, Karl. That makes sense. So this one originally had music in the background that was removed by Endgamer. Fair enough. Or, you know, the audio quality just deteriorated after 17 years of this video existing on the internet, which is a long time. That's why we preserve some videos in the National Library. Ooh, so you can see Karl had a little bit of a bump on top of the tower at the end, but still a 153 nonetheless. Untied world record. Very, very strong run. Another thing I should point out, obviously, is that you want to shoot your grenade launcher. You want to at least have 1 grenade left in the tank to make that shot. That is a tough pressure shot to do at the end of a world record pace run. A lot of people will mess that up and fail. And then you have to come here to this ladder. You have to approach the ladder. And if you approach it at the correct angle, you'll warp right up. Because the game just can't process like you slowly climbing up. Dr. Doak told me he had to, when they were programming the game, they had to really just kind of fudge slowly going up the ladder because Bond didn't have that vertical position programmed in. So if you have a lot of leg, you can warp right up and save 2 seconds. And then you'll see Karl kind of, you know, gets a little bit of bounces once before falling in. So maybe lost like a 10th or a couple tenths there. Anyways, really nice run. Untied world record by Karl Jobst, 153. And he achieved these in July 2010. 153 on Secret and 00 Agent. These would remain untied, believe it or not, for over a year. Pretty impressive. Like, kind of shows, really, Karl was correct in his analysis that he was very talented. He was the perfect Dark champion at the time. And he knew where his skill level stood in comparison to other players. And he knew he was far ahead of the GoldenEye guys if he were to try on a certain level. And this is one of only a hand. He didn't play the entire game GoldenEye. This is one level he really grinded. Obviously showed his skill. Untied world record for more than a year. But alas, Randy Buikima would tie it in August 2002. August 20th to be exact, and only 1 week later something very interesting happened. And that was the invention of lookdown. I talked about this at length in the Streets SpeedLore episode, but at that point in August 2002, it was discovered that if you look at the ground on your speedrun, it saves time. It saves roughly 1 second per minute of play. So this level's almost 2 minutes long. Looking down on this level would save about 2 seconds. 2 minutes, 2 seconds saved. And so, of course, 152 happened pretty quickly. Bosshardt got 152 on 00 Agent the day Lookdown was discovered. And then throughout October 02, a couple months later, Boss and Wouter would race towards getting 151. Obviously, a time we knew was possible based on Karl's 153. Now, Bryan Bosshardt beat Wouter to 151 on Secret Agent. But Wouter beat Boss to 151 on 00 Agent. And this is that run, 151-00. And here's Wouter now going in front of the hut. A much riskier strategy, especially on double agent. We may see him get boosted here. Possibly. No boost. That's quite rare for this method. He leaves the hut with the grenade launcher. Again, very high chance gets back boosted here. He avoids it. Certainly an uncommon run going in front of the hut there. Yeah, Wouter almost certainly used the 1.1 control cell. There's 1 boost, 2 boosts, 3 boosts, 4 boosts, 5 boosts, 6 boosts is like, we're getting up there, man. Really nice, and now you can see this is like becoming optimal GoldenEye gameplay. It really is. We might see something here. Nope. Okay. You can just see Wouter's strafing his movement. It's all what you would expect of a world-class speedrunner, I would say. And yeah, Wouter was using 1.1 control style, probably not no cruise control, just holding the stick, nails the grenade shot, a nice warp up and in, pretty clean ending. Wow. Surface 1, double agent 151. And if we look at the rankings as of December 31st, 2002, we'll see on Surface 1. On Secret Agent, Boss got 151 first, followed by Wouter. On Double Agent, Wouter got it first, followed by Boss. Really emblematic of the rivalry between the two guys going head to head. And yeah, Boss actually, got it first on Secret Agent. Wouter got it the following day on Secret Agent. That same day he got on Double Agent, and then it was about 3 weeks later Boss got Double Agent. So that's also an example that's worth pointing out of how it can be challenging to, whatever time you have on Secret Agent, it's hard to also get on Double Agent sometimes. For Boss, it took an extra 3 weeks to get 151. So it just kind of goes to show you that Double O can be pretty intense. The guards are very accurate, and you don't have very much health, so. But time would go on, and we know Boss to have done one thing, certainly, and that was dominate the rankings in early 2004. And here's a video of Bryan Bosshardt dominating the rankings in 2004. This video was probably captured by Jim Barrett, Jimbo, our good pal, and I don't have a hapless Jimbo video to show you guys today. However, at the time, in 2004, Jimbo was 15 or 16 years old, and he only had dial-up internet. You can see Boss went front of the hut, gets a nice boost. He may get a back boost coming out of this hut, but it is a world record. Okay, so he avoided it, gets a kind of a side forward boost there, pretty good stuff. Yeah, so Jimbo only had dial-up internet, so he would cut the videos almost exactly at the point where you take control of Bond, and very shortly after the ending, after the time is displayed, to make the video as tight as possible so that he could more easily transfer the files to those who want to see them. So you can just imagine Jimbo being 15, 16 years old, capturing these amazing world records by Bryan Bosshardt, and having to find a way to share them with the world on dial-up internet. Not an easy task, that's for sure. And yeah, no, certainly, what do you call it? A thankless job to capture everyone's runs. Maybe not thankless, I'm sure Boss was very thankful, but, it's a lot of work. Especially back then, before people really knew how to do it, and there was a lot of, streamlined video capturing devices. Their Boss nails the shot. Amazing, warps up and in. Pretty solid ending. And Boss always had would always watch that in cutscene. $150. Secret Agent, Bryan Bosshardt, new untied world record, and Boss just pretty much untied almost every single level in the game in that point in early 04. He would get this on Secret Agent, March 11. The following day, March 12, he got 150 on Double O Agent, double untieds. The guy's a madman. He is a great player. Now, time would go on. About a year would pass. Almost exactly a year. These were done in March 04. In March 05, Dan Chervone would come along and tie the 150s. He was a very fast rising player at the time, a very talented player. So it kind of was natural for him to tie a couple of Boss's good untieds. A year later, Ilu would tie the 150s in March 06. And a couple months later, I would tie the 150s in May 06. And after I got the 150s in May 06, Jimmy Bauer was the next guy to do it in October 06. And then our old friend David Clemens in January 07 got the pair of Surface 1 150s. And they all looked pretty similar to Boss's. There were a couple points where some of the guys would self-boost, and you'll obviously see more of that coming up, where we figured was worthwhile to self-boost, and where we were better off looking down, maintaining maintaining low leg. And so a whole bunch of people now had the Surface 1 150s. Let's actually take a look here. If we look in January 2007, we can see 6 guys had both 150s. So it was becoming certainly a little congested. It was time for someone to get 149. And I went for it. Obviously, this was where I was peaking. I was 3rd place, early 07. I was a pretty solid player. I was capable of getting some untieds. And I know that the quality of this run is not the best. This was one of my last webcammed videos, actually. But it's worth watching because it may be one of the worst failed speedruns of my GoldenEye career. And at this point, I would have been 17, not quite 18. And okay, we're going to the front of the hut. Pretty much on Secret Agent now, at this point you'll always see the front of the hut. And probably get a boost here, right around here. Yeah, okay, there's one boost. Look up, take out that guard, grab his key, get the grenade launcher. And another boost there. Pretty good. Maybe one more here. And so we're getting a lot of boosts, and this was kind of the meta of Surface 1 at the time, was to not do the self-boosts you saw Karl and Wouter do back in the day. Now there's one coming up here you do. You look at the ground there, there's a little gap, you shoot it low in the gap, and you don't take much damage. It kind of becomes a Streets Asian style of looking down and self-boosting. There's another boost. I think we're at 5 now. Pretty good safe pickup. Yeah, you open the side of the safe. You can pick up the safe contents through the safe, so it's quicker to go through the side. Now there's another look down, straight down self boost there. Anytime you're kind of on an elevated surface and you're kind of falling off, you can self boost down. And so there you go. I missed powering down the console. I missed it, and another rare self boost there. Nail the shot, jump up and in, and again, the record was 150 at the time, and this was a Surface 1 Secret Agent 149 failed, missed console. Would have been an untied world record. This was in April 07, and I just completely botched it. You'll see, I actually even missed the door here. I missed pressing B, so I had a delayed B press. I was doing left strafe console because my theory was that I would have to change strafe fewer times. And changing strafe slightly loses time. Very slightly. And I was like, okay, the fewer strafe changes, the better. Let's try left strafe console room. And I actually it worked for me. I used it a lot. And I simply missed there. I just absolutely missed. And now I joked to others. I knew this self-boost worked here. Because there's like a gap in the level, the snowbank is higher than the road. If you shoot straight down here, right where the road meets the snowbank, you can do a self-boost that only loses like 3 or 4 bars of health on Secret Agent. So I knew it worked. I joked with the other guys that, oh, I failed the console, so I just wanted to, you know, end Bond here on this run. And they kind of believed it for a time, even though I knew that it was actually a viable self-boost. And yeah, so a lot going on this run. Again, there are only self-boosts at points where you're looking fully down. The side boosts that we saw earlier have kind of been pushed aside. And I didn't get 149, and I maybe should have continued pressing for 149. Because only about a month later, Bryan Bosshardt also saw it fit to go for Surface 1 149s. And, well, of course, what do you think Bryan Bosshardt would do? And I mean, it's, you know, this is 3 years after his most dominant stretch. And the guy is still just a madman. I'll be curious to see where he self-boosts as well in this run. I think it'll be very similar to the previous run we just saw. There's 1 forward boost. 2. That was actually he actually got a back boost there, leaving the grenade launcher hut. So he's at like 3 and 1 right now. I expect he'll go for this one. Yep. Okay. So there's a big gap. Shoots it down, loses a bar and a half. Pretty good trade-off. Good line. He's getting a ton of boosts on this run too. Good cut in. Beautiful safe pickup. So see, he's doing a strafe save there too, going all right, strafe leaving. I expect he'll switch back here. Oh man. So that one takes pretty much no damage if it's executed well. Ooh, a little bit of a stuck there. You know, again, we're kind of in the era where the record speedruns were really, really, really good, but not so optimized that you couldn't have one minor mistake. And there was his minor mistake. Nails the shot. Nails the warp, and he's in. Like, that was an instant hole entry. And there's Boss with the Untied 00 Agent, or Secret Agent 149. Let's see if it looks much different at all than his 00 Agent 149. I expect it to be largely similar with the same self-boost locations. You know, I kind of now, after I'm showing all these runs, it hits me that I should have included some runs where people miss the grenade launcher shot at the end, because that happens a lot. And I guess there aren't any runs that are like notably famous where it would have been an insane Untied where that happened, which is unfortunate. It happens when you're playing, it'll happen all the time. Boss kind of dips around the grenade launcher a little bit far there, but not a huge mistake. Avoids back boost there, pretty good for in front of the hut. There's another 4 boosts. Another one, 3 boosts. Really good edging on the door there. Okay, so Boss chooses not to go for that self-boost on 00 Agent. Probably a wise decision. Another boost there. That's, what, 4 now? 5. He'll probably go for the upcoming boost, 6. Again, very nice. His movement through here is really, really nice now. Yeah, this one you can do with taking, like, basically no... Oh, that took a lot of health for that boost. See, Boss is doing a left strafe room now. For the strafe changes. Switches in there, which is interesting. And again, these runs are obviously very, very, very clean. Just missing the kind of perfect optimizations, the decisions on what exactly to do at all times. Nails the shot. And again, Boss's ladder warps, hole entries are absolutely unbelievable. So, a great run there. And there's Boss's pair of 149s from May 2007. Now, he was in a rivalry with myself and Clemens. We were all going for the 149s. And Clemens actually tied Secret Agent the following day. So Boss on May 21st got Secret Agent. May 22nd got this double agent. May 23rd, Clem got Secret Agent. And then in June, Clem tied double agent. So the 149s already were tied. And I did eventually get the Secret Agent in July 2007, 149. So it kind of shows, you know, that perhaps I should have... I was clearly capable. Perhaps I should have grinded and gone for the Untied. And if we look, you know, 2 years even after that, hard to believe, 2 years after what I was just talking about, only Ace came along and also got 149. So it was very much a time that, you know, me, Boss, and Clem were capable of getting. We were kind of in a dogfight to get it. But the other eliters at the time just weren't interested, or it was too intense, too long, too challenging of a level for them to go to. So, you know, 2008, 2009, 2010 was the era where we were starting to figure out strategy ideas that would be going to save time. And we had a lot on Surface 1. I'll show some wacky ideas we had, okay? It was theorized by some that what if you could shoot the key out of this room through the window? So this is a TS trying to shoot the key through the window. It just doesn't work. Here's another angle of it. These just don't work. Another idea was, what if you could get a guard, like lure a guard on, like on Aztec, to open this door for you. And the thing is, Clemens got it to work, but only if he had invisibility on. And another problem you're faced with is, the level isn't quite as linear as you think. You think, okay, if I can get the key from this hut, I can skip going to the first hut with the grenade launcher entirely. And save, I don't know, 30 seconds? But that's not true, because the large key you get from the very first guard is used to open both huts. That key, you need that key for both the hut with the key in it, the safe key, and the actual safe hut. So neither of these ended up being viable. Another strategy that was considered was, what if you could just skip the grenade launcher entirely? What if you shot the guard with the large key, saved a second by not grabbing the grenade launcher, and then hopefully on your path along Surface 1, you get a guard to pull a grenade, and you use that grenade to take out the locks at the ending. And obviously a brilliant strategy, and this strategy like lived in lore, in theory, for years. But it just wasn't viable. The spawning guards on this level kind of come out late. They're the ones who can pull grenades. And it just didn't work. There weren't enough spawning guards in your path who could possibly pull grenades to make it worth it. Now here's the TAS, and it incorporates some interesting stuff that's worth showing. So, Henrik there's blowing up a window. If you blow up the window and then you shoot through the open window into the room, you can lure out this guard. So the large key guard is lured out. There's the key. So now he's picked up the key and he's already on his way back. That saved a good deal of time, about, a few seconds, right? So he skipped going all the way in, getting the grenade launcher and leaving. I mean, maybe only saved 2.5 seconds. And when you think about how much time you can save from getting the boosts with the grenade launcher, 6 or 7 boosts or more, it really doesn't end up saving time. Because if you skip the grenade launcher, you skip all these boosts. Anyways, this was the TAS from around 2010-11, and this is the strat Henrik ended up using, but it just never was viable for us in real play. Now that was interesting. Henrik went on the other side of the safe, and that would be a slight optimization the TS would find to help us. But aside from that, there just weren't very many discoveries that we found from examining the game this way. So here he's going to get a grenade, but you don't get it that optimally in real play. So you use the grenade to blow up. There's 4 locks in this tower that you normally have to blow up. That's why you want an explosive. Do them quickly. Surface 100-143. Obviously not viable in real life. But that is the tool-assisted speedrun record. This is what you're trying to avoid with an explosive at the end of the run. This is Surface 1 Agent, and you don't run past the grenade launcher. So you have to warp up the ladder and shoot out the locks. Which obviously wastes a second or two. And so on Secret and Double Agent, when you have access to explosives, you don't need to do that. Alright, so here's the part of lore where I get to show off a bunch of old forum posts. And this is a conversation that was dug up between Clemens and Marc Rutzou now, in the 2010-11 era. And I've highlighted the colors of the conversation. Clemens, let's just read it. Clemens is extracted life. He asks Marc, how many 149s do you have, Marc? I have like 6. I think I know what 148 speed is. And Marc's like, ... Clemens like, you need boosts for 148. Not just a clean run, a lot of boosts, which barely ever happens on Secret Agent. On 00, it's much more likely to get boosts. And the boosts are stronger too. One 00 Agent boost is better than a Secret Agent boost. Imagine an 80 run 00. That would easily be 148. So I don't see how 148 on Secret Agent is easier. And Marc says, consistency over speed, man. Clemens, I kind of feel like going for 148 just to prove you wrong. I guarantee you won't get Secret Agent 148. Could this be a premonition? Quoted. Good, I don't care. You don't have half the surface knowledge as me. Have you seen Bryan's 149? I bet you haven't. Marc, why do you think that? Clemens, you don't watch nearly as many runs as I've seen. If you saw his run, you'd agree that 148 is easier. He had a huge stuck, and the rest of his run was not perfect. Marc, so he got lucky, low leg. Clemens, dude, 00's not leggier at all. Whatever. And then, Clemens, didn't mean to be a dick. You're just annoying sometimes when you act so confident about stuff you don't know that much about. And, yeah, Clemens kind of comes over as the villain in this conversation against Marc, right? And Clemens, his whole theory was that 148 would be much easier on 00 Agent than Secret Agent. If you think a level like Statues, an example where the 00 Agent usually is the first to fall among 00 and Secret Agent, and Clemens thought Surface 1 would be similar, because it's a lower leg level, the boosts are a little bit better. And, well, it's hard to say if this would... you'll see. So, we're going to jump ahead and look at the world record topic from August 2011. Okay? Darth Vader, that's Marc Rutzou. Surface 1 Secret Agent 148. Surface 1 00 Agent 148, 2 days later. So Marc got the 148 secret agent first. Clemens, Surface 1 secret agent 148, about a week later, August 21. And then Surface 1 00 148, September 04. September 4, 2011. Again, another couple of weeks later. Now, interestingly, there are some posts in the world record discussion topic. This post from Gregor, now we're in September 11, 2011, so this is a week after Clemens claims to have got the 00 148, and a month after Marc claims to have got the 148s. You know, here's Rutzou and Clemens singing when they reminisce about their uncaptured Surface 1 00 148s, and it's a link to, like, Crying by Aerosmith. So, obviously, there's been a month of posts, and neither Clemens nor Marc had video proof of their Surface 1 00 148s, which is pretty strange. Why was there no video evidence? Here's Clemens mocking Marc. Marc and Clemens obviously were both playing more than just Surface. This post is in response to Marc's Silo Agent 1 minute 1 second untitled record. Clemens says, "Congrats, Marc. Looking forward to another epic quality video." And we'll see what he meant by that in a moment. I think you can pretty much guess. A lot of you can guess. Now, another troll thing is, and this will be a throwback, Isa Smith was posting all sorts of crazy... he was teasing Jimbo, who couldn't get damn Agent 53. So here's his foo meme from July 2017. "Yawn, just woke up. Wow, mail at the front door already. A blue envelope. Could be good news. I have to pay back taxes in Holland? 1,000 euros? Oh well, better deal with that later today. Hope this day gets better. Pling, you've got mail. I wonder what it is. Oh, I didn't get that job I interviewed for last week? FML. Better kill some time on the internet. This is Isa's day. Jim still hasn't got damn Agent 53. Justice. This day's looking better and better." So, Isa would take solace in the fact he was going through a hard time having to pay taxes and not getting jobs, but at least Jimbo couldn't get damn 53. And Jimbo, derping at home, might as well pull a fast one, opens Facebook and browses. Much later, this won't do. Damn Agent 53. Oh yes, that's strafing, that long shot. Like, what? Oh my god, Isa, you madman. Jim's starting a damn agent session. Wow, one boost. Doesn't mean anything though. Awesome line in the tunnel. Another boost? Instant gate's gonna happen. The sound of a door open. His girlfriend's home. Hi, Pookie. Not now. Bit busy here. I was going to talk to you about my day, but forget about it. Pookie, can you stop playing that game for 1 second? Like, what is this? Oh my god, these are incredible, incredible memes by Isa Smith from mid-2011. And Jimbo would get it, actually, if we look in the world record topic. Right at this one. So, you know, here's Marc's Surface 1 148s, and then this, it's all over. Yeah, that's Jimbo getting damn 53. So, quite a hilarious story. Quite a time to reminisce about as well. I'm sure we all remember 2011 when these memes... memes were just getting popular enough where they were adequate communication between nerds on the internet, but they, normies hadn't invaded them quite yet. Those memes certainly were among the first that normies got into, but it was kind of the last breath of great memery. Anyways, in all of this, we still don't have videos of the 00 Agent 148s. Somehow, out of somewhere, this video is whipped up of Marc Rutzou's Secret Agent 148. Enjoy. This may be the worst quality video I've ever seen in my entire life. You can kind of see why Marc didn't have a video for his double Agent 148, because if this is how he was recording back then, he would have just said, like, screw it. I don't think he played like this. I think that it's simply recorded like this. So Marc, if you can make it out, is going for some look-up style side boosts. I kind of call them side boosts. It's a bad name for them, because they're not actually side boosts. Yeah, we saw Bigfoot, definitely. Their Marc, you could barely make it out, was going to the right of the safe, like we saw on the tool-assisted speedruns. So kind of finally incorporating some modern knowledge. I mean, what it is Marc was recording NTSC gameplay on, like, a PAL VCR or something like that, right? And it just... and on bad tapes. Nice run if you could make it out. Surface 1, Secret Agent 148, Marc Rutzou got it, finally. It's incredible. And Clemens would also get it. And, again, Clemens has no reason. There's no reason for Clemens to have not recorded his double Agent 148 if he got it. This sounds like a left ear audio rendition as well, so enjoy this. But who knows what Clemens was doing. In front of the hut, probably gets a boost here. He's looking down really, really late into the hut, which is really good leg reduction strategy. Extremely clean hut. Very clean hut. That would look like a forward boost. Misses that self-boost. You can self-boost by kind of dumping the shot into a pocket there. There's a third boost. He'll go for this one. And maybe one or two more here. So 5 boosts. Just one there. Interesting. I'm assuming he also goes in the right of the safe, but I'm not sure. There's 6. Yep, so that's new tech. Doesn't save the full second. It just saves, you know, a tenth or so, right? Just a tiny optimization. This boost is free. He's going to go for that. Now, he may go for the one outside of the hut as well. Outside of the communications building that I sort of pioneered in a way on my 149 failed run. And, yep, he goes for that one. That one can do a lot of damage if you get it in the wrong spot. Nails the shot. Up and in. So pretty good runs from Clemens and Marc in 2011. These 148s are really, really tight, really high quality. New cheat available swag as well, pretty good. But they still failed to prove their double Agent 148s. And if we look here, in January 2012, the following year, Henning Blom. I guess since both 148s haven't been proven yet, I'll post it here. Surface 1 149. So Henning got 149 as a world record, or so he claims, back in the day. And me too. I also posted my Surface 1 149 world record. Again, because Clemens and Marc had not proved their runs. Here's my 149 double agent from that era. April 2012 rather. It was this was actually my first world record in nearly 2 years. Many of you will know 2010 and 11. I kind of took a lot of time, and in 2012 I took a lot of time off playing GoldenEye. Is this a behind the hut? So that's key. I think this is one of the first 149s behind the hut. Or Clemens probably would have said he probably got a ton. But as someone's PB, behind the hut, so I'm not going to get boosts here. It's going to be lower leg. Got the large key. got the grenade launcher, and yeah, so 2011 I didn't get any records at all. 2010, only a couple, and now this was kind of my first record back, and it was only kind of a pseudo record because Clem and Marc had claimed lower, but nice boost. Do I go for this? Oh my god, the madman. I remember these sessions too, just grinding like up in my room, late at night, alone, no screen. It was a good time. It was good stuff. So I'm still going on the outside of safe. I've always kind of been a late adopter of modern strategies. A back boost for my Klob Guard. That Klob Guard was in a position where sometimes you could get a grenade from him in the theoretical grenade strategy that never panned out. But yeah, there he is. Nice power down to the dish. He back boosted me on this run though, which isn't nice. Definitely don't go for this. I waste 2 shots so I can shoot the shot and hold Z and use the reload animation to warp. A pointless idea. And that ending warp and hole entry was not very good at all. But it was barely good enough for 149. It's like, could I have got 148? Maybe. And I always kind of lost a lot of time on the end there. I really did. So, who knows if I could have got 148 back in the day. And, okay, so if we look at the records in mid 2012, we'll see, you know. Marc and Clemens have the 148 Secret Agent. A number of guys have 149 00. But nobody has 148 00 proven. Kind of shows Marc was right in his conversation with Clemens from much earlier. Why is 148 00 so much harder to come across? It just is. You die so much on this level. And that would all change though here. In August 2012. This was at the same time where Siglemic was streaming on Twitch, speedrunning had been rejuvenated, and Marc Rutzou was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna sit out there and try to prove my Surface 1 148. And in front of the hut is pretty insane. He must have played a lot of runs out. Nice self boost there. It's so rare, especially on double agents, if you go in front of the hut, to not get back boosted on your way to that key there. And he's just going to play it out, play it safe. We're going to go with these look-up sidey boosts. Which, again, we're still not even using to the same level as Karl or Wouter did back in the day. If only someone could figure out to just go for 3 or 4 of them, you know? Yeah, this run is just obviously pretty much perfect. Like, just the execution, no errors, no flaws, really nice self boosts, no back boosts. Goes for that one. That one almost, I think that one ghosted him actually. That did a lot of damage. Nails the shot. He's up and in, really clean. Just an absolutely magnificent speed run. Wow. The classic Marc slow roll. There we go. 148 double agent. And yeah, Ace just said his contributions level have been low. I'm sure someone asked. I do have an Ace run to show, but it's not... The only thing to note on this level is that Ace used the 2.4 control style. And we knew about the 2.4 control style at this point for 2 or 3 years. Now we're into early 2013. But this was a hard level for many to use the control style on, because it's so long, and there are multiple strafe changes. So if you're not a master with 2.2 control style, 2.4 control style, it's very easy to lose a lot of time. I don't know how Ace does this hot with 2.2, 2.4 rather. It's madness to me, but he does, and it was super clean. And now it looks as if he's playing with 1.2. Now Ace would get 148 Secret Agent before this run. This is Double Agent. His Secret Agent run he used 1.2. But this Double O Agent run, Ace knew Double O was much more challenging. And he would go for the 2.4 run. And again, we're only seeing one of the lookup sidey boosts. I just can't fathom pulling off that hut with 2.4 control style. It blows my mind. And we're certainly not done with that control style on the history of this level either. Really nice boost. I think Marc was actually kind of mad that Ace had tied also his Egypt 45s, a couple of other runs using 2.4, and a lot of people hadn't used 2.4 on, streets and depot. It was common. So Ace missed his first shot. He's lucky he had enough time to shoot 2 there. But that kind of shows you what can happen. Imagine Ace missed both shots on this world record pace run. And I think Marc was kind of mad that Ace was tying some of his great Untitled records using 2.4 control style. All it buys you, Rotella, is 0.3 seconds saved at the beginning of the level. That's it. That's absolutely it. And so one boost, it buys you a free boost, which is not a lot at all, when there's clearly places Ace could have got boosted more on this run. So unless you're an absolute master with the control style, it's tough. Yeah, so with 2.4 control style, he has cruise control on, which means he's always moving forward. So he can't just stop in the hole. He has to warp the hole, and then you're gonna see Ace aim briefly with the aimer. There's the aimer coming out. You can barely see it. So Ace had to aiming stops you from moving. So Ace's control stick on the second controller is always moving forward. He's strafing with the left controller, moving toward the right, and he has to aim with Z to stop moving forward so he can fall in the hole. He has to time that. Makes it a lot more difficult. And that's just another byproduct of trying to play a level with 2.4 control style. Very difficult. I certainly can't do it. And, so 2013 would pass and only Ace and Marc would have the 148 on Double O Agent. Clem still had it on Secret. And then a young, intrepid eliter came along. By the name of...
I can't believe they just got, boost rates there.
By the name of Philip Bezgoubov. And Bez is a very, very likable guy. Very talented. He joined the Elite very early in the Twitch era. He was only about 14 years old in about 2013 or so. And, yeah, there's not a lot of commentary he has on this run. But the commentary there is iconic. Iconic. Just playing out very similarly to everyone else. Was that a back boost? I gotta see if that was a back boost there. No, that was a 4 boost. Okay. Nice boost there. Another boost. Nice.
This is not good.
You can imagine how intense this run is now. He has
oh man,
10 boosts. He thinks he's gonna die. He has too many boosts.
Could die here. I'm gonna do this boost though, I have to. Got him.
I'm going to mitigate the volume warning, but there's a volume warning, so be careful.
Can't do this boost, unfortunately. Oh, bad hole entry.
What? Oh shit! Holy shit! 148, dude! That's it! It's over! It's fucking over!
Really?
Yes!
Holy shit! Nice job.
Oh fuck yes! Oh yes! Yes! Ah, fucking beautiful! Ah,
His little brother, I believe, was there. Yes, his video unplugged. All sorts of wild stuff. He was so happy. His little bro congratulating him. And, I mean, it was pretty amazing. Because at the time he was, 15, 16 years old. He had tied a record that only Marc, Clemens, and Ace had. And that was very, very, very impressive. So really nice job there to Phil. And certainly an iconic reaction. Now, around the same time that Phil was going for Surface 1 Secret Agent 148, I too was playing for it. Some of you will remember the summer of 2014. I was on fire. I got Streets, Secret Agent 154, Bunker 100-102, many other world records. And the day after Phil got his time, I got this run here, and there's some conversation in it. Anyways, it is what it is. Take a listen. Vintage streams, to say the least. I remember once in the NHL, Zdeno Chara was drinking a Coca-Cola on the bench, and apparently they legitimately told him, like, hey, NHL sponsored by Pepsi, not Coke. So if you're gonna drink a Coke on the bench, you can't, show the label. Pretty insane story. Yeah, look how tanned I was. I gotta turn on the music for YouTube here for a couple minutes. But I mean, I think that was at the period of time when pretty much everyone would come into my stream and see me drinking a Coke and think it was like super novel to suggest that I should get a Coke partnership, a sponsorship. Oh, hey Goose, have you ever considered being sponsored by Coke? And it was not a novel idea. And you weren't the first to come up with it, so. Now, I was the first to come up with this. Or not the first, but I made use of this. I think Chervone did it on his 150s back in the day, but to continue looking down for as long as possible, I would open this door, go in, get the grenade launcher, and then kill that guard on the way out. Good. Which was not something very commonly done. And that helped me immensely going for this run. Nice boost there. Wow. And here we go. Now this is, welcome to 2014 with some boosts, I think. I'd probably go for 3. I get 2. Go for 3. Oh, go for 4. Get it. Insane. Dude, the pressure on this run is insane at this point. It's like, I'm playing 45 hours. I know this could be the run. Nice hit. Oh, barely get the power down. Yeah, I knew this had a chance. Oh, another insane boost. This is it. 100%. 100%. This is it. Yeah, baby! Yep! I fucking knew it! Yes! Woo! Woo! 148, baby! That's what I'm fucking talking about right there. Oh man, that was such a good run. So good. I fucking knew it. That was 148 all the fucking way, man. I clutched it. Perfect run, man. Perfect run. Good times back in the day. Good times looking at all the hype and chat. It does make me long for those days, for sure. It really does. What a run. And like I say, this level, it's so exciting, and it's one of my favorite levels in the game. And I with this 148, I had the record at 150, 149, and 148. So I had all the records that existed since I joined the Elite. I was able to get a tied record. So I was really happy to, when you get the record, especially on one of your favorite stages, I was really happy with that run, for sure. And that was the last of the string of runs I got in summer 2014. That was maybe the best I've ever played GoldenEye in my life, and probably the best I ever will at this point. Amazing stuff. Okay, so let's look again at the world record. So here we are now in December 2015, so a whole year and a half later, and a couple more people have got the 148. And you'll notice, though, only Marc, Ace, and Phil Bezgoubov have on Double Agent the 148. But now, Luke, Wouter, Ogren have come along on Secret Agent. Pretty, so 148 is becoming a more common time. And if we go a few months later, we'll see the same thing. March 2016. But who are these two folks who have joined the party? Gus Riolu and Karl-Magnus Wall. And I mean, this also goes to show you again, more proof that Marc was right. 10 people have 140 on Secret Agent, but only 3 on 00. 00 is much, much, much harder. And yeah, who are Gus Riolu and Callie? Well, we're about to find out. And, the reason I didn't show Bezgoubov's 148-00, there's no commentary, so the run isn't as iconic as his, celebratory Secret Agent 148. And there's not too much different to say about his 148-00. Just another insane run, and shows the kid's talent for sure. And maybe some would think if 147 were to be possible at some point, maybe Phil would get it, but these other guys, Riolo and Callie, came along. You'll notice on this run, Riolo went behind the hut. And to my knowledge, there had been no 148s behind the hut at this point. Quite an interesting boost. She's at 2 boosts. This is Double Agent now. This is Gus Riolo's run. And we're going to see just a clinic of a speed run. Absurd look down boost. He gets boosted through his sidey lookup boost. But we're at, I think 6 boosts now. I don't think so, Rotella. I don't think it was a significant stuck. If at all. There's another boost. And now Gus is the king of 2.4 control style. He is the best in the world at it. And so even though, he's not at the same... He's not quite as skilled rawly as an Ace or a Marc. Because he's so good at 2.4 control style, it makes up for a ton. And on levels that are 2.4 advantaged, he can do a lot of damage. Such as this Double Agent 148, becoming the 4th person to get 148 there. And before that run even, he was going for 147 on Secret Agent. I guess he realized, oh man, I can almost get 147 Secret Agent. So I can probably get 148 00 behind the hut. And behind the hut makes it so much easier to like complete a run. So if he knows he's that good, his strafing's that clean, he probably caked that 148 00 agent behind the hut. This run, he's in front of the hut. He's going to be looking down all the way. There's a boost. Doesn't kill him on the way in. Gets the headshot on the way out. Oh man. What a cheeky boost that was. And another one. We're at 3 boosts. 4 boosts. Five boosts. 6 boosts. 7 boosts. 8 boosts. 9 boosts. 10 boosts. And now we've finally incorporated all of the knowledge through all of the history of nearly 20 years of speedrunning GoldenEye. And now we're cooking with fire, that's for sure. 11 boosts. He only has 1 grenade left, he can't even do more. Misses the console. This is a failed speedrun. Misses the console. Believe it or not. Nails the shot. Warps in. 147 Secret Agent failed. Gus Riolu. May 9th, 2016. Wow, stunning. Gus would play for a month. A month. You know, his 148 was 2 weeks after that. His 148 double agent was 2 weeks after his 147 fail on Secret Agent. And Gus knew, this is my record for the glory. No one else is close to this 147. I have to grind for it. And he played, and he played, and he played. He probably got around 80 to 100 148 duplications. And he just kept grinding. And you can think about, though, if 147 takes 11 boosts, you probably can't survive that on double agent. There's one. Nice kill. Because on 00 you have 6 grenades, so you can only use 5 to self-boost. You would need 6 guard hits, that's 6 bars of health. 2 bars of health with 5 self-grenade boosts, it's not likely. So, getting enough boosts for 147 on 00 just seems unfathomable. I mean, look at this run, guys. Like, misses that one barely. Pretty much the same music pace as his 147 fail. No, the boosts, the sidey boosts do, like, they can do 0 damage, so he could have lived with that for sure. Nails that shot. Surface 1 Secret Agent 147 untied world record by Gus Riolu. Absolute madness. Absolute madness. You know, count the boosts on this run. 1, This one's so cheeky. I don't even know how he does this one here. 2. That does like a bar and a half. That's a lot to give up. 3. I'm not sure if this was an 11 boost or a 13. There's 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Okay, it was probably 11. We're at 9 now. It's just an absolute thing of glory, and again, you know, 10 people had 148 Secret Agent. Many fewer had 148 00. I guess Gus made it 4. So to knock it down to 147 was just amazing. A stunning run. Gus Riolo's ridiculous run, as I call it. It's a thing of beauty. Absolute beauty. And if we look at all the records that were set in 2016, these are all the Untitleds of 2016. We see some cool stuff. Karl, Streets 111. Wouter, Caverns 130. Ogran, Streets 001 154. You know, Ace's Control Records. Randy, Run a 00. Boss, Surfs 2 124. A lot of great records. Jono, our good pal Jono, hosts a kind of end of the year fun community thing, and this is the poll for best GoldenEye Untied of 2016. Okay? And Surface 1 Secret Agent 147 got the most votes, 7 votes. It was Gus's 147 was considered the best GoldenEye Untied of 2016. And I think Ace was the outspoken one who said it was overrated, and you know, that's Ace being Ace. The rest of the elite was very, very, very impressed with the Surface 1 147. And you know, okay, so I did show these two guys who came along, Gus Riolu and Karl-Magnus Wool. And yeah, they got some good times on Surface 1. We know about Gus, so now let's take a look at Callie. A year later, Callie's trying to become you know, another person to get the Double Agent 148, perhaps on the way to going for Double Agent 147 at some point. Yeah, Karl, I think 111 was just multiple tied at that point, so it took away the luster of it. So Callie's going behind the hut here on 148. Now, you can see Callie never looked up. Callie's really big on keeping as low leg as possible by just not looking up in the hut there. And certainly something that works for him. He goes for the legs of the large key guard. Really nice boosts. Oh man, oh man. Oh man. Dude, when you're playing this level and you have 1 bar left on Double Agent, you're like getting really nervous. It's hard to tell his pace in comparison to Gus because of no music on, but obviously a very, very fast, very, very clean run. With 1 bar, you can always survive that in 00 unless you, like, time it late. That's a very easy boost to go for. It looks intimidating on Double Agent with 1 bar of health, but it's not. Oh man. Nails the shot. And Callie warps up and in. There's the... So Callie does a pause. Remember how I mentioned Ace aiming to stutter the second controller's movement? Callie does a pause instead, which also works. 148, 00 agent. Really good time. At this point, though, you know, Gus, Bezgoubov, Ace, Marc, and Wouter had 148.00, so Callie was actually the 6th person to get it. And then he turned his sights to the unfathomable, incredible secret agent. And could Callie tie Gus's amazing run? Yeah, Jesse, there's a point where if you warp the, that little silo at the end, you can see through it. It's just not fully loaded at all points. You can't go through. We actually brought it up in depth years ago. Could you warp through it? And you can't. Henrik tested it extensively. But, yeah, you can see these little glitches for sure. 2 boost start. Insane run by Callie. Complete look down. I should say that his 148.00 was in September 2017. Not long ago, when you think about it. And the run you're watching now took place about 2 months after that. Oh my god. Is he at like 15 boosts? You would use Japanese instead of NTSC because the guards are a little bit more accurate on Japanese. The frame rates are a little bit equal, or pretty equal. Japanese might be slightly worse than English, but the guards are a little bit more accurate, so you get more boosts. Oh wait, you can't go for that boost. Perfect shot. Perfect warp and ending, guys. What a run. I mean, these runs are so insane. Secret Agent 147. I mean, it just looks so good on the end screen there. It looks like... I can't even describe it. How clean that end screen looks. 147. This was November 2016. So Riolo had his Untied for just over a year before Callie came along and slayed it. And Callie's comment on this run is, countless 148s, this run was medium rare. There you go. And here are the rankings as they stand. Gus and Callie have the 147. 6 people have 148 on Double Agent. When will 147 Double Agent happen? Can it be done? It's a very good question. We don't know. I mean, obviously we suspect it's possible, but you're limited on how many boosts you can get. You can do 5 self boosts, which can do minimal damage. Could, in theory, do, 0 bars each. Could you get 6 more guard boosts? Probably. But that's tough. That's a lot to ask for a Double Agent, because usually on Double O, if you get a lot of boosts, when it rains, it pours. So when you're getting a lot of boosts on Double O, you get like too many and you die. 8 guard boosts will always, always, always kill you. And it's hard to get fewer than that on Double O Agent when you're going to get boosted run. Yes, that's correct. Both Gus and Callie are not in the top 10. Okay. Gus is 33rd. Callie is 77th. So, I mean, that shows you the kind of level it is. It's certainly a look down level, a strafing level, a 2.4 specialist level. And now if we look at the rankings on the level, Surface 1, we'll see, there you go, Riolo and Callie, 300 points. And a bunch of others, who have 148, 149. There's an interesting story with Clemens now, though. Clemens, through the years, claimed a lot of times. And sometimes he wouldn't prove them, and you would think, okay, did he actually get them or not? And when I met him for the first time last summer in Kansas City during the solar eclipse, which we didn't get to see because of clouds, we hung out for a weekend. It was a lot of fun. And one night, I went through Clemens' cartridge, where they're hanging out playing GoldenEye and Doom. And so I'm, going through Clemens' cartridge, starting level, quitting out, and seeing what his best time says. Because it's crazy to unpause on Train Agent and see 1 minute on an NTSC cartridge. It's the only cartridge in the world that says that, And a bunch of other stuff. Seeing his Surface 2 00125 was pretty cool, and his silo times and whatnot going through them all was crazy. And I went to Surface 1 00 Agent, and I quit out. And my jaw dropped. I was genuinely jarred. I'm like, oh my god, it actually says 148. Clemens actually got Surface 1 Double Agent 148. Now, you could Game Shark the time, and you could do a whole bunch of stuff like that. I certainly don't think Clemens did. Me seeing his 148 end screen on Surface 1 00 to me indicates that he actually got the time back when he claimed in, was it 2011, when him and Marc both got it, allegedly. I believe he got it. I was uncertain for years. I think for years leading up to it, I genuinely thought there's no way Clemens got this 14800. He was just trolling with Marc. He knew Marc didn't prove it. He claimed it just to kind of have some banter. But seeing it on screen made me realize, wow, Clemens actually got this. It would still be a record today. It's an insane time. And for whatever reason, he wasn't recording. And that's just the way he is. And it was very easy to get mad at him for these kinds of reasons back in the day on the forums. But meeting him in person, you're just like, it's just the way he is. Every now and then he has an insane record that's unproven. And it'll just live only in the depths of SpeedLore and nowhere else. And sometimes things are better that way. So with that, there you have SpeedLore for one of my absolute favorite levels in the game. Could I get 14800? Probably, based on my skill in Secret Agent. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm quite ready to return to GoldenEye yet. Maybe I'll leave the 14800, the 14700 out there for the others. Will this be the year for 14700? Is the 146 Secret Agent possibly out there? That would be insane. Cowley actually before Lore said he thinks it's out there, but I can't imagine it. I'll just take his word for it, and maybe it'll be years and years and years before anyone gets there. Might a random madman join the ranks of Gus and Cowley on this level? Very possible. And the way the level now, it's owned by these two guys, two young players, two new players. For years it was a level only the best of the best could get. Karl Untitled, Wouter and Boss had back and forth. Me, Clemens, Boss, Ace. For years it was like that, and now it's two new players who have joined the Elite pretty recently. It shows how things have changed in the new era of GoldenEye, and how quickly a new player can pick up the game and really, really make a difference. And if you're watching out there and you want to pick up GoldenEye, maybe this could be you. Maybe in 2 or 3 years, you could be the Gus Riolu of your own episode, So, something to consider as we wrap up tonight's GoldenEye SpeedLore and wrap up We Will Do. Thank you all for watching. It was a true pleasure. I really enjoyed this episode. Truly remarkable one for sure. Hope you all enjoyed it. Stay true, my friends. And I'll see you in the next stream or video.